Hi, my name is Anais, and I am doing my presentation for human trafficking on forced child marriage, specifically in Niger. What is forced child marriage? Forced child marriage is the formal or informal union of one or both parties that are under the age of 18 years old. Statistics. 15 million females worldwide are married before they even turn 18 years old. The top 4 countries with the highest rate in child marriage are all located in Africa, with Niger coming in first. 76% of children in Niger get married before the age of 18 years old. Central African Republic comes in second. 68% of children in Central African Republic get married before the age of 18 years old. In third, we have Chad. 68% of children in Chad get married before the age of 18 years old. Fourth is Mali. 55% of children in Mali get married before the age of 18 years old. Globally, 700 million women alive today were married as a child. 17% of child brides, or should I say 125 million, live in Africa. Statistics. Niger. Niger has the highest rate of child marriage in the world. 3 out of 4 females are married in Niger before they even turn 18. Niger also has the world's highest birth rate, according to the United Nations Human Development Index. The legal age to get married in Niger is 15 years old. In Niger, 28% of females are married before the age of 15 years old. 76% of females are married in Niger before the age of 18 years old. 89% of females are married before the age of 18 years old in Difa. So, why does child marriage even happen? There are many factors onto why forced child marriage happens. Economic reasoning is the biggest reason why child marriage is so high in Niger. Families do this as a way of survival. Many poor families have little to no education, and they are a part of rural communities that suffer grand amount of poverty. Marrying off their child is seen as one less mouth to feed, and that they do not have to pay for their schooling anymore. Girls are seen almost as a burden. Some families believe that giving their young girl off to marriage is to secure their future. They see it as a protection. Families of the bride also receive a dowry from the husband and his family. This can be money, cattle, land, etc. The amount and what the dowry is depends on the girl's beauty. Families of the bride are sometimes desperate for this dowry, even though the money from the dowry goes into the bride's house for utensils, furniture, etc. Social status and religious traditions is another reason why children get married so young in Niger. Being pregnant before marriage is going against social norms and is considered a sin. So if you are a child who is pregnant and not married, you are not only lowering your family's social status, but going against your religion. In Nigeria, you have a child in wedlock, your parents are afraid you will not be able to get married again. The effects of forced child marriage. Being forced into marriage as a child is putting their health at risk. Due to the girls being so young, some are not mentally and physically ready to have sexual interaction, let alone giving birth to a child. This can increase the rates of maternal and infant health risks. Children being married off are usually to older men, which is older men have greater risks of carrying STDs. On top of all this, there is also the risk of the husband becoming very emotionally and physically abusive towards the child. Mariama is just 13 years old and lives in Dessau, Niger. Mariama's mother states she is setting up the marriage in order to protect her daughter. Mariama's mother is a widow and does not have enough money to feed herself or her children. Mariama's mother accepted $200 as a dowry from Mariama's future husband. This dowry was being used to furnish her daughter's new house. This isn't the first time Mariama's mother tried marrying her off. Mariana's mother states that since she is not going to school, she planned her second marriage so that she would not end up damaged. Mariama's mother is scared. Mariama will end up getting pregnant out of wedlock and will never be able to get married because of that. Mariama does not go to school anymore because her peers and teachers started to bully her because of her past planned marriage. The result of what happened to Mariama was due to an organization called Plan International. Plan International heard about Mariama's upcoming wedding and needed to put a stop to it. After hours of negotiating with Mariama's mother, she finally convinced to stop the wedding and have Mariama continue with her schooling. The judge declined the wedding, and the furniture company and local authorities helped reimburse the money back in order to pay for the dowry. Mariama is lucky, and she is now happy she no longer has to get married. Hawa is a 15-year-old girl from Dessau, Niger. She was pregnant by her husband, but her husband left her with her mother during child labor. After 3 days of being in labor, she was brought into the hospital where they performed a C-section due to her pelvis not being mature enough to perform child labor. Her baby died at childbirth, and now Hawa is left with a common condition in early mothers like Hawa that they do not receive proper treatment called fistula. Hawa states that she does not want to get pregnant again and doesn't care if her husband decides to divorce her. She also states that marriage is not a happy thing. What is being done about it? Since the legal age to be able to get married in Nigeria is 15 years old, there has been a law to suggest to change the legal age from 15 to 18, but it has not been passed. In 2013, the UNFPA Program of Action for Adolescent Girls works with partners of the Nigerian government to take on the causes and effects of child marriage. Nigeria is one out of the 12 countries to be a part of the UNFPA and UNICEF's global program to accelerate action to end child marriage. In 2014, the African Union campaign was launched to end child marriage. In 2016, Le Comité National de Coordination des Actions was set up by the Ministry for the Boost of Women and Children Protection. This is to end child marriage in Nigeria. 5-year programming works with the unmarried and married girls to educate about life skills and sexual health information. The 5-year programming also provides girls with their birth certificate and health checks. What more can we do? Educating the community about the effects of child marriage is very important. Educating and raising awareness about the many reasons why child marriage should be stopped is much needed. Most parents wed off their children as a way to protect them, but they are not only causing their child more emotional and physical damage. The parents are scared that their child will become pregnant out of wedlock, but there are ways to prevent that. The community needs to be aware about sexual education. Laws and policies need to be passed on preventing child marriage. The law to change the legal age from 15 to 18 years old needs to be passed. I believe there should be a policy stating that you cannot be married before the age of 18, even with parents' consent.